Hello, it's Anna from the Wine Society. Our Best in Society program offers wines of exemplary quality. This year, our Best in Society Spring White is the Harewood Estate Sauvignon Blanc Semion blend called the Blanc Selection. It's a 2013 and it's a brilliant wine. We have James Kellie here today to take us through a tasting of this brilliant wine. James Kellie, welcome to the Wine Society. It's lovely to have you here.
Thanks, Anna.
Now, the Best in Society wines are always wines of extraordinary quality. The Spring White this year you were commissioned to make for us.
Yes.
It's exclusive offer to the Wine Society. It's the Harewood Estate Blanc Selection Sauvignon Blanc Semion 2013. Now, we're going to taste the wine in a moment, but what I'd love to do is to ask you about the beginning of your wine journey, you know, how you got into the business and why you've stayed in it for so long.
Yes. Well, I actually lived here in Sydney for 10 years or so, and plenty of trips up to the Hunter Valley, access to fantastic wines. Then all of a sudden, one day I said, I would love to be a winemaker.
Just like that.
Big sea change, so we sold our house. I had a couple of small children at the time. My wife and I and the family moved down to Wagga Wagga.
Oh, Wagga, yeah?
Yeah, so began the applied science, the wine science course there at Wagga, and loved it.
So how did you get from there to the Great Southern region in Western Australia?
Yeah, I did a part of the sort of final year of my study. We did a field trip to Western Australia, and eventually going through Margaret River, found our way down to the Great Southern as a group, and went to Harewood Park Winery actually.
It's a great winery.
And was blown away with what I tasted. We were shown Cabernet, Chardonnay, Riesling, Sauvignon Blanc, and I'd never been in one winery and been so impressed by that's such a wide range of wines.
Yeah, they're fine wines. I know them well.
Yeah. So I got back to Wagga to finish the course, and always joked with my sort of friends that, one day I'll be winemaker at Harewood Park.
Yeah.
And literally about 6 months later, there was an ad up on the sort of common room wall saying winemaker needed, Harewood Park, apply. I applied and got the job. So I was winemaker for Harewood Park for 5 years in the Great Southern.
Yeah, I saw there was 5 years there. So what happened from, you must have learned a lot about the region, because they have vineyards not just is it Margaret River and also in the Great Southern region?
Yes, and Pemberton in between.
Yeah.
So we were buying fruit from 40 vineyards or so. But the fruit that was coming from the Great Southern vineyards was just spectacular. It was such the diversity, beautiful reds from the north of the region, and lovely crisp whites, Rieslings from the Porongarups. I had always thought I'd end up in Tasmania, but 15 odd years later, firmly entrenched in the Great Southern.
That's fantastic. And do you find a lot with the region that you've got high altitude, you've got maritime climate, so does that bring out different things in particular grape varieties?
Definitely. The Great Southern is the largest wine region in Australia. I think I'm correct in saying it's 100 kilometres wide and 150 kilometres tall.
Wow.
So stretching from that southern coast up into Franklin in the north. And there is a wide range of climates. To the east of the region, we've got the Porongarups, so
yes.
a bit of altitude, lovely crisp Rieslings from that area. The coastal areas where my winery is in Denmark, beautiful Chardonnays, Pinots, Sauv Blanc, Semillon, and then as we get up into the sort of more continental climate of Franklin, great Shiraz, even Rieslings, Semillon coming from that area.
Fantastic, fantastic. Well, I know that Sem Sauv Blanc, you make some great reds as well, but the Sem Sauv Blanc blends have done very, very well. They've had lots of accolades. Yes. And I did try to make a tally. I think it was 7 trophies and 20 gold medals. And I think that was a big push in deciding that you would make this wine for us, the wonderful accolades you've had for this blend.
Yeah, it's much a reflection of the strength of the region, the fruit coming out of the Great Southern, just going back to the sort of geography of the area.
Sure.
And to explain why the Sauv Blanc and Semillon coming out of the area is so exciting. You've got sort of Margaret River on the west coast, on the Indian Ocean, quite a warm Mediterranean climate.
Yes.
Whereas the Great Southern is head south, round the corner, back towards sort of Esperance, Adelaide direction.
Yeah.
We're down around that Southern Ocean, so very, very cool compared to Margaret River.
And does that encourage the acidity? And
Yeah. So being cooler, ripening later, there's an inherent natural acidity that keeps the white so crisp and vibrant.
And the aroma would be very intense as well.
Yeah, exactly. There's highly aromatic, so almost herbaceous notes to some of the sort of really strong citrus gooseberry characters.
So that's for the Sauv Blanc. What is the Semillon like from this region?
Well, Semion, I like to get the Semion from a little further north, so Franklin River.
So it's colder?
No, it's
warmer?
actually it's warmer. It's very cool nights, but warmer days. But if you pick it early, so nice low alcohol, the Semion tends to have almost a sorbet sherbet character. So it's a lovely lemony generosity, but finished very crisp and fine.
Now, the blend is something that you were saying earlier is kind of something that really began in WA, blending the Sauvignon Blanc and Semillon.
Yeah, we do seem to have a sort of bit of ownership as a state on the blend. Yeah, which is good.
And the Semillon, I've always understood that the Semillon adds a lot more length to the wine and gives it a greater depth.
Yes.
How would you describe what Semillon adds to the Sauvignon Blanc in this region?
The Semillon, picking it early as we do, we capture that lemon acidity. So, it tends to add that crisp, fine, long finish to the sort of slightly richer hints of tropical notes of the Sauv Blanc. So it sort of stretches it out, gives it lovely length.
Fantastic. Well, I think we should try the wine in a moment, but I would like to ask about the winemaking.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that a portion of this is put into oak barrels.
Yes.
And left on the lees for 6 weeks.
That's right.
Now, it'd be really great to hear what the winemaker says about how that enhances the overall experience of the wine.
So, as we mentioned earlier, the wine, that's a lovely acidity, long, picking early, high acidity. Using French oak, you get the benefit of not only the vanilla, creamy character coming from the oak itself, but time on its lees tends to add to that savoury textural component. So
it's more complexity,
yes,
better mouthfeel.
So instead of being just a slightly simple citrus acidic wine, it adds this, as I say, this fantastic texture, which brings it up to a slightly more sophisticated.
Fantastic. And as far as matching with food, that would make it, it would be able to have a little bit more weight to go with sort of stronger dishes, a pasta or a roast chicken. That's fantastic. And also, oaking would enhance a cellaring potential, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's certainly a wine that can improve with up to 5 years.
So tell me, what happens if you cellar a wine like this?
You tend to, the hints of sort of snow pea and those slightly more herbaceous notes become amplified.
Yeah.
So, and this underlying sort of toastiness develops. So it's just the aroma's just they're transformed.
And it softens really a little?
On the palate, softens slightly. Yeah.
Fantastic. Well, let's try this one.
Yes.
And I'd love you to walk us through. It looks wonderful, so crisp and clear.
Yeah, the clarity comes from the use of free-run juice only. So when you're extracting juice from a grape, basically the first stage is just breaking the skin, and there's a component that's free-run juice, and it's the finest, purest, clearest component. The next stage is then applying pressure and taking the pressings. That component can be a little bit bitter and phenolic. So like when you chew on a banana peel or an orange skin, there's a bitter, astringent character. It's the same with the grapes. So we don't use any pressings in this one. This is
so the free-run juice
only free-run juice. That's lovely, pure, fine colour.
Gosh, I can smell it from here.
It smells lovely, doesn't it?
No, I don't know if I've already asked you or not, but what is the component of Sauvignon Blanc to Semillon?
It's 55% Sauvignon Blanc.
Yeah.
And then 45% Semillon.
Wow, it smells fantastic.
Really, really lovely aromas. So hints of those herbaceous, snow pea, green bean, but the most exciting part is that lovely gooseberry, crunchy, citrus character.
Yeah, there's a good measure of gooseberry in the centre of that aroma.
Yes, so that's the Sauv Blanc. and then the sort of grassier notes are coming from the Semion.
And that's opening up as we...
Yeah.
Okay, let's try it. James, it's fantastic.
It's lovely, isn't it? So I think, I mean, obviously I know it's there, the oak component and what it's doing, but I think you can see just a hint of spice and some level of complexity that you don't normally see in a more standard SBS blend.
It's very smooth when you sip it. It expands with all these wonderful fruit flavours, and it's got a great depth, and it finishes with a really almost like fresh lemon.
It's very lingering. I can still feel it. Yeah, it's lovely.
Yeah, me too.
Very clean and vibrant.
We'll just have to double check it, I think.
So to me, that's a real highlight of the region. That freshness, that length, that almost sort of conjures up images of where we are. The beautiful, unspoilt beaches and rain coming off the Antarctic, and that sort of crisp environment.
It's fantastic, and it's not as herbaceous as I imagined it would be. There's quite a lot of fruit.
No, exactly. When you say herbaceous, it tends to sound a little bit negative, but I think it's really important to have some of that grassy aroma to complement all the lovely fruit characters that are inherent in the wine.
It's fantastic.
It is opening up, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this was only bottled very recently, so...
Yes, I knew that it was, and I was interested to see how it would go. It's fantastic. Well, James, thank you so much. This has been wonderful to try. Our members are going to absolutely adore it.
Good.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Cheers. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
Thanks, Alan.
If you'd like to join the Best in Society program and receive fantastic wines like these at the special subscriber price, call 1300 723 723 and talk to your friendly wine advisor. Cheers now.